Huge week next week on the David Pakman Show. On Monday, I'm going to be speaking to Judy Wajman, who is going to talk to us about how technology and these sort of hyper fast lives that have been created by technology, how that's affecting humans and culture and how we sort of operate in the world, our brains, etc. I'm really looking forward to speaking to Judy. On Tuesday, I'll be speaking to Jim Hill. Jim Hill is a former Oregon elected official who has a book called The New N-Word, The White Middle Class, where he argues that in many ways, the white middle class is being screwed, for lack of a better term. We will talk to Jim Hill on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I will interview Gene Trunstein, and we are going to address the issue. We've talked about this on the show before. Lewis has commented on this. I have commented on this. We've had a lot of audience members comment on this. Is a life sentence ever appropriate for a juvenile, for a minor, someone charged as a minor? Is life in prison ever appropriate? And then on Thursday, if all goes as planned, we will have our expose on the anti-vaccine movement. This is something we've been talking about for a while, and on Thursday we will be looking at the anti-vaccine movement, and that will be really an amazing expose, I predict. We will be looking at the history of and modern representation of the anti-vaccine movement. And then lastly, Friday, we will revisit my interview with Richard Clarke. Richard Clarke is the administration official, the intelligence official, who warned George W. Bush prior to 9/11 about a bin Laden poised to strike, right? He was the author of that infamous memo, which we now know was essentially ignored by George W. Bush. We interviewed him, and we will be revisiting that interview sort of in the context of presidential prudency and so many of the other issues we'll be thinking about as we approach the November election. Huge week next week. If you have questions for any of these guests, let me know.